Hello everybody, we are in Munich now for the ISPO 2016. We are together with the head of the ISPO group, Tobias Gröber. Good morning, good evening, Tobias Gröber.
Good morning and good evening.
We had some questions for you to talk a little bit about this fair and this messe. So ISPO 2016 is transforming from a fair that was dedicated to winter sport, is transforming in a sport in general fair. What about this change and what are the reasons behind this choice?
Actually, it's a development that we see and that we foster because, of course, from the origin, ISPO in Munich has been, especially in February and January, a winter sports product. But what happens is, first of all, there is winter season all over the year, as well as summer season all over the year, because in the southern part of the hemisphere, it's summer, and in the northern it's winter, and vice versa. So we are a truly international show. Our visitors come from more than 100 countries. That means that it is natural that with the change in the weather that we have and the situation that we have, that it makes sense not only to display your winter products, but also your summer products, because we have buyers from regions where it is summer, when it is winter in Europe.
Okay. And do you think that this evolution has been led by the market, by the trends in the market?
Trends is an interesting topic to talk about because where does a trend come from? We invest quite a lot in finding the right trends. Starting with ISPO Brand New as a startup competition, the biggest one in the sports industry. We look for the ISPO Award winners, which is the latest innovation in existing established brands. We also look in the latest fabrics and fibers when it comes to tech trends. And we offer a social collaboration platform for consumers where they can test and develop products online with brands. So what we do is we try to, at an early stage, find the right trends and innovation and then present it to the market in different formats. One of the formats is the trade show. So we can help the market to find its way and we can cluster everything around the trends.
For that reason, this year the layout of the fair is changed a little bit.
Yes, we changed it after 7 years of the layout that we used to have. But what happens is that, as you mentioned, there are trends out there in the market. And we have to not only follow the trends, but we want to be ahead of the trend. So what we see is an evolution, and that categories that have been working and have been established over the last 20 years are now blurring with other segments. Take, for example, outdoor. Outdoor plus sports fashion gives urban outdoor. Or you take, for example, action sports and skiing, which gives free skiing. Or you take, for example, sports style and fitness, which gives athleisure and health style. So what we saw is that there is a different development in the different segments, and in order to create new synergies for future growth, we decided to change the layout of the communities and create new synergies for the respective segments.
And how was it being received by exhibitors and visitors, this change?
First of all, I have to explain how I received and perceived it, because even although I know from the very beginning how the new layout would look like, I was walking the show the first day and I was like looking around and saying, oh, hey, what is this? I'm supposed to be in the action sports area, but now it's outdoor. And then all in a sudden I noticed that the old links in my brain created new links, and that is something that I think is positive. And although we had, like, for example, take the action sport community, that was in the beginning it was a bit critical. It was very well perceived by the outdoor companies, but today I would say they face a lot of new customers that are walking the show in a different way and also stepping into the action sports brands as well as into the outdoor brands that would never have met before.
And what were the most positive aspects of this edition?
I think the most positive aspect is that the industry is still innovative in a way. So innovation is the driving force of the sports industry. And there are new components coming in. Electronic devices are a big topic. Connectivity, digitalization, which is also a challenge on one side, But I think the industry understands that it's more than a opportunity, than a challenge, because a brand within the sports environment has a unique advantage over fashion brands, which is a story to tell, authenticity and emotion. And this is something that the consumer is looking for.
What are the aspects that you want to improve for the next year?
You know, ISPO is changing quite a lot. So in the beginning, when we started ISPO in 1970, 46 years ago, ISPO was the international trade show for sports equipment and sports fashion. Today, ISPO stands for the International Sports Business Network. That means that we are a full service provider to the industry, 365 days on and offline. And one of our services is, of course, the trade shows that we offer, Munich, Beijing and Shanghai. But on top of that, we offer services that help companies throughout the year to connect with each other and increase their profitability and their future success. And today, online, we don't only work B2B, business to business, but also business to consumer, where we connect consumers with brands in order to create additional revenue in the future.
Tobias, why is it important for a customer or for someone to come here to ISPO to see the news and the new trends?
I think definitely I won't say that you have to be at ISPO, but I think it's an advantage, it's a benefit, an added value to your product, because you can present your product in your environment with the brands that are fitting to your strategy. You can establish new contacts, you can cater the connections that you already have, and you can also gain an overview of what's going on in the market. And I think the problem today is not finding information. If you try Google to find something, then you will have too much information. It's impossible to figure out what the market will look like. So we are kind of a filter with giving orientation with the different tools that we have, with how we set up the trade show, and that makes it as easy as possible to survive and to be successful in the future.
Tobias Gröber, thank you really much for this interview, and see you next year.
Thank you very much.